Hello, and welcome to the end. Why are we in the end? Well, we are going to be getting some time crystals. And what are time crystals? Well, they're the time crystals that you use in order to make time fluid, and then you shove it into a little wand called the time wand, and it's like a little time in a bottle, like this one, and then you can right-click machines and various other things in order to speed them up. It's an alternate time in a bottle thing, but it's a wand. So this time wand is from Just Started Things, and where the heck is it? There it is. There's the time wand. So in order to make that, you need one time crystal, which is right there, blaze gold ingots, and ferrocore ingots. So today, I want to tell you how to get these and make the wand and get some time fluid. Where the heck are the time fluids? Here it is. There's the time fluid right there, right there. So I already got one. I already got one right there. Come on. Yeah, right there. Right there. And of course, I had to test this before telling you how to do it because it's a little bit complicated, not terribly complicated, but just complicated enough. So we're gonna have to deal with that. So this is a budding time crystal block. It's not found in the overworld or anything like that. You just have to make it. So in order to make that, let's get some stuff here. All right. So going through the caves in the overworld, you may come across the amethyst shards, the budding stuff, and the crystals, the purple stuff. And where the heck is it? Do I have an extra one in here? I have an extra time crystal that I made earlier. And do I have any more amethyst? Here we go. Here's some amethyst. We're going to get one. There we go. And then we're going to go back to the overworld. All right, here we are. And then we get some blocks here. Redstone lamp. Sure, why not? And we're going to put in the budding amethyst down. And already, this is looking very familiar to you. If you are into vanilla Minecraft stuff, this is budding amethyst. And occasionally, it'll grow crystals out the side. And once you get in a large enough crystals, you just take your pickaxe and mine up some amethyst shards. Well, you need to take this block and convert this into a budding time crystal block instead. So in order to do that, we're going to make a shadow pulse goo. Right there. And of course, this is the top tier shadow pulse goo from the Just Started Things mod. And it is used to convert various things into other things that the mod uses. So what we're going to do is we're going to place one of these next to the budding amethyst, and we wait. And of course, when you do make a new shadow pulse goo, it's going to ask for sculpt stuff, and you're supposed to feed it in order to renew it. So it doesn't last forever. It requires feeding every now and then. So let's get some sculpt catalyst, or maybe some sculk. We'll use some sculpt for the time being. There we go. Now it is refreshed. It should start converting the budding amethyst. And you're probably not going to see the animation because of the shaders, but it should be happening right now. There we go. All right, so now the amethyst budding crystal block is turned into a budding time crystal block. So no more amethyst, it is now time crystal, and you may see some particles flying toward it. That means it is pulling the spooky time magic aura around in the overworld into the budding time crystal block. So we don't need the shadow pulse anymore. So eventually, it will turn into something else. Now, in order to get the time crystals, we need to take this budding time crystal block from the overworld, once it changes, into the nether. Then, in the nether, we're going to have to wait for that to change. And then we're going to take that block again and transport it into the end for its final form. Alright, so now that it changed, we're going to take our little cardboard box, box it up. There we go. And then we are going to go into the nether. All right, there we go. Now we're gonna place it down, unbox it, and you can tell that it's already starting to charge with the little slight particles going into it. And then once it goes into the next stage, you can box it up again and go straight into the end. Now, of course, we can speed it up if you have some kind of other alternate means of speeding things up, such as time in a bottle, or if you have an extra one for some reason. I don't know why you would. So let's go ahead and do that. Come on. There we go. All right. So, of course, we're going to box this one up. There we go. And then we are going to go into the end. And here we are again, at the beginning, where the other budding time crystal is. So, of course, we're going to place this down, unbox it, and then it's going to start charging up again. And it's going to turn into a green block like this one. So we're just going to speed this up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. All right, so it's going to remain like that. And then it's going to remain in the end for a little bit longer, you know. And this is when it can grow all these time crystal stuff on the sides that you're going to mine up and use in order to get your time fluids, in order to make your time wand, and just to make time fluid and refill your wand. So yeah, there's a large one. Just because we hit it with the time in a bottle, it grew all these delicious crystals for us to use. So you can just mine these up. I don't believe it's affected by fortune, but knowing Dyer, it's probably not. So here's the time crystals. And let's press U on that. You make a time crystal block. Not the same thing as the bonding block, by the way. And then you use one of your time crystals in order to make the time wand right there. And you can make a paradox machine. That's another funky machine that's recently introduced. You can make instant break modules, mental obliteration, death protection, and time protection. So if you make this little thing majiggy over here and place it into your just dire armors, it does go in armor, right? Jeff? Yeah, probably. Eclipse. Okay, where's the Eclipse armor? Ah, right, it goes in here. Okay, great. You may notice that my camera's doing funky things is because if you have any of the time crystals inside your inventory, it's just going to mess with your FOV, it's going to mess with your speed, and that's some kind of like time effect thingamajiggy trying to like mess with you, being annoying. So it's in your best interest to start automating this stuff and just keep it out of your inventory. So yeah, that's how we're going to do it. And let me just grab another crystal here. There we go. And what is this? Large, medium. Okay, great. Now I have two in the. I'm just going to place this in here for now. All right, so we're going to start automating this stuff. And already have the area set up. So let me just go back to the base. And I will be placing the setup over here somewhere, maybe? No. I originally planned to place it here. Right in front of the large new base. We're going to place it over here. So I got some power set up. Some thermal generators and a sink connected and some power cables. And then we are going to be using this space in order to do it. So let's go ahead and you know what I forgot? I forgot the time crystal. You know what? I have another one in here. Okay. Here we go. Here's the other one. Okay, let's put that in the center. Right there. Now we're doing one block high and keeping all the sides free. So it is able to grow all the crystals around it. Like so. But of course, the time crystals, it's green. So this should really be in the end. So let's quickly set this up. Let's see, what do we need? Okay, so Just Dire Things mod has everything you need in order to do this stuff. Like the block breaker, the advanced sensors, and the swappers. The swappers are important because, well, it swaps blocks between dimensions and between, well, other locations in the same dimension if you really want to do that. So we're going to place down a swapper. We'll place down a sensor. And I think that's about it. We're going to place down another swapper next to it. And yes, we do need 2 swappers. All right, so the advanced sensor, let's put that right there. We'll put the swappers. All right, so, okay, so for the first swapper, that is right next to the sensor over here. So we're going to configure the sensor here. And we are going to get a budding time crystal block in EMI right there. And then we'll drag it into the whitelist over here. And then we'll click this little button that says allow. Now, here's another important setting. You just mouse over this thing, and then you right-click for the settings. And then it'll give you the stages over here. It's covered up by some of the bookmarked items. You know what? Let me get rid of these. B time egg. Yes, there is a B for the time fluids. I would rather keep that around, but you know what? Let me just get rid of this. Let me get rid of that. Okay, there we go. All right, so if you right-click this thing, it will give you options to set the stage. So, right now we are in the overworld. So when you place down a time crystal, it should be stage 1. So I'm thinking that it should be stage 2, right there. And when it detects that it is at stage 2, it's going to set off a redstone signal, send it to the swapper next to it, and the swapper is going to swap it. So, yeah, okay. So, weak signal, I guess we can leave it alone. I mean, it's right next to the block. We don't need a strong signal or anything. I mean, you can do a strong signal if you want to, but I had it on the weak signal. So, yeah. Now, we need to move the render area over. So, where is it? Okay, originally it's on top, so let's go ahead and move this. Runway. Okay, plus 2. Nope, plus 1. Then we need to move it back again. Yeah. Okay, there we go. And then we gotta move it up by 1. Nope, nope, that's the radius. Okay, there we go. Now, of course, this is the wrong stage. So what I'm going to do is maybe hit it with a time in a bottle so it will go to the broken stage. But then the broken stage only matters in the end because it's broken. We need to send it back to here into the overworld. So once it's at the overworld, it'll start charging up again. And it should be stage 2? Because 1 should be the charging up stage. Maybe. No, it should be 1. It should be 1. Okay, we're gonna see. We're gonna have to see. All right, so the swapper, you need to link swappers together. So the one sending the time crystal to the nether has to be bound to the one in the nether, the receiving swapper. So I'm gonna take my Veracore wrench right there, and I'm just gonna right click it like so. And then when we get to the nether, we're going to right click another swapper, and that should be the receiving swapper. All right, so the since we need to send the time crystal back to the overworld, we also need a receiving swapper here. So this is the receiving swapper here, but we'll deal with that later. All right, so let me move this first. Render area. Let me turn this one off. And then we're going to offset that. Let's increase the Y. And then, let's see, move the, nope, not that way. There we go. All right, let's increase the radius. Okay. We want a 3x3 area because we want to teleport this entire thing right here. The time crystal block in the middle, and also the time crystal clusters that's growing out the side. So that should like take like a 3x3 area right there. All right, so once we got that done, swapper's on the pulse. Okay, it's not bound yet, so we'll have to deal with that. All right, I guess everything's okay. Hopefully. And this is allow list. This is it's either 1 or 2, but we're gonna see what happens. Okay. All right. Yeah. And another thing is, we're probably gonna have to put a button on it just for manual swapping. But we'll just do that, maybe. On a pulse right now. Now this is the receiving one. That shouldn't need anything, I don't think. Yeah, we'll leave that alone for now. All right, so let's go into the nether and set that one up too. Alright, let's go up here. We're going to place it on the roof here. And this is where the platform will be. So, let's go ahead and place down our swappers. And our sensors. Okay, the sensor will go here. And then the swapper, which will swap. There we go. Alright, and this particular swapper, which is right next to the sensor, will detect the next stage and will send it into the end. And the second swapper over here is the receiving swapper. Right there. So that receives it from the overworld. So we're gonna take our little wrench that we right-clicked earlier, and we are going to set that to here. So if you right-click that, this little thing turns green, and it'll tell you which one, where it's going to be bound to. All right, so let's set the sensor again, and it should be in the middle here. We'll temporarily place a block over here so we know where the center is. And let's see, render area. And let's see, offset. That's +2 maybe, or maybe it's +1. No, it's +2. And let's see, +3. Okay. +1 for that one. And there we go. Okay. Alright, so we'll click the little deny list to allow list and drag the little budding time crystal right there. And we're gonna right click that. And the stage that it should be swapping, sending it off to the end, it should be 2. I think it's 2. Because stage 3 is the green one. Yeah, the stage 3 is the green one. And then it goes back to 0, which is a broken state. Yeah, it should be 2. The one in the overworld should be set to 1. Alright, so weak signal. Alright, allow list. There we go. Okay, great. This one's on a pulse. And we're going to right-click this one, which sends it into the end. And then the swapper that we will be placing in the end will get the wrench treatment. Alright, let's set the render area for this one. Let's see, move it back. Nope. Yeah? Okay. Increase the radius. Alright, there we go. Great. Turn that off. And it should be good to go. Of course, then we'll place down some buttons. There we go. Just for manual swapping if we need it to. And we're gonna get rid of this, so it's not in the way of anything. Alright, great. So, what about this one? That's the receiving swapper. And this one will go to the end. Alright, so let's go to the end and set that one up. Okay, the end. Okay, we already have a crystal over here though, so you know what? Let me just box this one up and just use the one that's in the overworld. Okay, put these in there. Alright, so first, we'll put down swappers. Here's the one that will send it to the overworld, and here's the receiving swapper from the nether. And here is, we'll be putting that down next. Here's the sensor. Okay, great. Then we'll place down our little block breaker. Okay, put that right there. Now, since the time crystals grow in the end, we'll take advantage of that and use a block breaker with a pick in order to start mining it in the in the end. And what we can do now is we're going to take a little Eclipse Alloyed pickaxe with a drops teleporter. And what that does is you just right click an inventory like that. Anything you use to pick to mine it up will go straight into the inventory. So what we're going to do is we're going to place it into our advanced block breaker, like so. And it'll break stuff for us, like crystals and blocks and whatnot. And since we're using the drops teleporter on the Eclipse Alloy pickaxe, it'll go straight into the inventory that we right-clicked earlier. And of course, it does use power for the Eclipse Alloy pickaxe. Since this block has power, it's nice enough to charge up our pickaxe for us. All right, render area. We're going to move that into place. And we're going to place a block here. Tell us where the middle is. Okay. Radius, offset. Okay. Okay. And then move it up. And then increase the radius. And already it's working because it just mined our middle block away. Alright, great. And you know what? We're going to put that on high. And then we're going to put a lever on top. Yeah? And hopefully it doesn't affect this one. It's the receiving swapper, so it shouldn't matter. Shouldn't? You know what? Let me just get rid of that. And maybe put it like right next to each other. Next to the block here. Alright, great. Let me just test that. Nope, didn't work. Let's see, on high. Oh, right. Let me turn that off. Okay, great. Okay. Alright, this is the receiving swapper. So I'm gonna take my wrench, then we right-click the other swapper in the nether, and then right-click this one. So now this one is bound to the one in the nether. So this is the receiving swapper. This one goes back into the overworld. So we're gonna right-click this one, and then we'll right-click the other swapper in the overworld. Alright, so this is the... First of all, let me just turn this one off. And here's the advanced sensor. Turn that one on. Okay, let's move this into place. Okay, there we go. All right, that's the sensor. I'm going to click that one for the allow list. And then we're going to drag a little budding time crystal block from EMI into here. Right click that. And then it should start teleporting it when it's in a broken state, like this. So when it's done depleting all its energy, and it turns from green into some kind of like grayish color or something like that, that's stage 0. That's broken. And then we need to start swapping it back to the overworld. So it should be stage 0. Weak signal, okay, and that is a pulse. We just that. Alright, let me turn this one on. This off. And we'll move this one into place. Okay. It's the radius. And there we go. Alright. Pulse. And this is the one that sends it. Now, did I click this one already? Okay, I clicked this one already. And let me turn this one off. Alright, great. Let me get rid of this. And alright, let's go back to the overworld. But before I do that, let me put down a button. Maybe this one? Yeah, okay, sure. Alright, we're back. Well, it didn't do anything, so okay. Alright, so we're gonna take a little wrench, and this one's sending, and this one's receiving. Okay, so we're gonna click on the receiving right there. And then as you mouse over that, that's linked to the one in the end. So once the end starts sending stuff here, then this one will be receiving it. So where's the render area? We gotta set that one too. Because we don't want it, like, receiving it and be right on top of it. That'll be bad. Alright, so that there. Where is it right now? Okay, do that. Plus, nope. And turn the other one off. Okay, there we go. A little bit hard to see. Alright, there we go. 3x3 block for the receiving swapper. We'll just turn that off. There we go. Alright, great. I should be using the warp stone. Alright, let's go to the nether and configure that one too, because we forgot about that. Alright, let's see. Is this one okay? Okay, that's fine. Okay, is this okay? Oh, wait a second. Have to increase the radius here. Alright, there we go. This is sending swapper. And what about this one? Oh, we didn't do this one. Okay. Okay, minus, nope. Up. Okay, that should do it. Alright, there we go. And this is the receiving swapper from the overworld. Alright, let's see. Turn that off. Okay. Alright, let's go back. Okay, so since this time block belongs in the end, we're going to manually swap it. And this should be sending it. So let's just test this, shall we? Ah, yeah. Wonderful. Now it should be in the nether. Unless it trip off the sensor and decide to send to the end anyway. Ah, right there. Okay, great. Alright, so let's send this one to the end. Oh. Oh, dear. Undo. Undo. Okay. I probably forgot something in the end. Alright, let's see. That's the receiving swapper. So let me see. Ah, yes, of course. Move that up. Alright, that should do it. Let's turn that off. Yeah, which portal's which? Doesn't matter. Alright, let's go back to the nether. Alright, we'll manually swap that now. Okay, great. Alright, and there it is. This is where it should belong for this particular stage. Now, when it's going to grow some large enough crystals, we'll turn on the block breaker here. Turn on that. Oh, I should blacklist those. Deny list. Put that there. And put that there. Yeah? Don't break my time, crystal. Thanks. Alright, deny list. Alright, let's put that right there. Because, originally I had the time crystal and allow. Well, there goes that time crystal. Let's get this one. Let's put that there, there, there. You're a naughty one, aren't ya? All right, there we go. You just turn this off first, and then place the other one over here. All right, you're not gonna break another time crystal, right? Yeah. Okay, great. All right, that should start working. All right, let's go ahead and speed this up and see if we can get some crystals growing. How many hours do I have left? Okay. Uh-oh. Wait, what are you doing? Wait, stop that. Cut that out. Ooh. Okay. I guess that reached stage 0 faster than I expected. All right. So this one needs filling with. Let's go back to the base. And there it is. Right there. Now, since I hit it with the timer bottle, it just went to stage 0 right quick, and then sensor detected it and just sent it right back to the overworld. So now it's charging up, and you know what? We should go back to the end. And then let's configure this thing. Let me get rid of these. And then we're going to put the time crystal right here and hit allow. So only mine up the time crystal. Okay, great. Now is this on? Let's just leave it off for now. All right, back to the base. All right, so since we're here and we don't like waiting, we're going to use our time in the bottle. And we're just going to speed this up a little bit, huh? There we go. Wonderful. Now, we're going to have to configure this back to the other number, since it's supposed to be 1 and not 2. There we go. Okay. All right, back to the nether. And there it is. Charging up in the nether. And we're going to have to speed this up yet again. So we don't have to wait. Come on. There we go. And off it goes. And what the heck am I doing? I have a warp stone. End island. And there it is. Ready to be charged into the green version. And of course, I'm just gonna do this. 68. There we go. Green. And we're just gonna have it grow crystals right quick for us. And you're gonna behave this time, right? Yeah? Okay, good. I'm gonna turn off my magnet. Okay, large time cluster. Medium one. That's a small one. I want to get me one large one. Okay, there's a large one. Do your job, block breaker. Go on. Let's see. High. That's on. Don't even put the lever on you. Let's see, allow list for the time crystal. Let me check the render area. Yeah, that should work. I could just switch it to ignore. And see what happens. Oh, you gonna do that now? Wait, do you have power? Okay, you have power. Alright, hold on. That doesn't even matter. Hold on. Let's do this again. And do that. Yeah? You gonna do it? It's always one little thing with you guys, huh? Allow list, time crystals. Oh. Is it because it's... Ah, right. You gotta set that to item. Because it's an item. Okay. Alright, that works. Just switch this back to high. It should really be on here, but oh well. Alright, so we got 2 extra time crystals right there. Right there. And eventually, this will hit stage 0, which is broken. And the swapper, the sensor will detect that. Sends a signal to the swapper. and it'll send it straight back to the old world to start the process all over again. Let's just kind of force that right now. So once you get at least one time crystal, you can make the time one, which I have right here. And again, it takes at least one time crystals, blaze gold ingots, and ferrocore crystals. Ingots. And then you get your time one. And of course, it requires power and time fluids. So all you gotta do to make the time fluid is you need polymorphic catalyst, which you can make from blaze gold ingot and nether warts, and throw that into water in order to make polymorphic fluid. So if you click that one, it'll tell you how it works. You throw the catalyst into water and it turns into polymorphic fluid. And then what you can do is take your time crystals, throw it into the polymorphic fluid in order to make time fluid. So you press U on that, it'll tell you what you need to throw in to make what. So you can make unrefined blaze ember fuel, you can make unstable portal fuel, you can make time fluid, which is what we want. Alright, so it's kind of like, come on. Break already. You wasted 3 of my hours on this thing. At least give me some more crystals. Alright, let's go back. It'll probably take a while. Besides, we want to hear as long as possible so we can get more crystals. Alright, we'll leave it alone. Alright, so in an attempt to try to automate the polymorphic fluids and the time fluids, first of all, I built this little prototype just to see if it works. And then over here, I found out that one of the items to get to the star requires Eclipse Ember Fuel and 16 buckets of it. It is Eclipse Ember Fuel, right? Let's see, Eclipse Ember Fuel, where the heck is it? There it is, Eclipse Ember Fuel, and you need 16 buckets of it. In a dark tank, no matter. And let's see if I can see it here. Now, Dragon Soul, Philosophy Fuel, yeah, right there. That's one of the components to one of these star sub-ingredients. And you need Eclipse Fuel. So then I had to figure all that out, make this monstrosity over here. And the method for making time fluid is similar to what I've done over here. So what you need to do is you need to place down water, of course. You can use the fluid placer in order to do that. You place it in the world, you place water into the world, like right there, that's the water. And then you can use a dropper with a whole bunch of polymorphic catalysts in order to drop into the water to create polymorphic fluid. And then you can pick it up, place it into a tank or whatever, then place it back down again, or just leave it alone. I don't care. And then you can use another dropper and then drop time crystals. I don't have to set it right here. And then just drop it into the polymorphic fluid and then use a fluid collector in order to collect the time fluid and place it inside a tank or wherever you want. So yeah, that's what we're going to do now. Let's see. Should we do it over here? I'm not sure if we should do it over here. How many channels do I have left on here? I have 6 channels. Maybe that'll work. Maybe. I do have like a little bit space right here. All right, let's go ahead and try that. All right, cables. Let's see, cables, light blue. That's the light blue one, right? Okay, yeah. All right, start dragging this out. Okay. All right, first of all, we're going to need a fluid placer. Maybe 2 of them. And then we're going to need a collector. Maybe we can get away with just 1. And then we're going to need a dropper. Let's see, dropper, here we go. Make 2 of these. Then, of course, since we're doing the 80 stuff, we're going to need to get some import bus, maybe, and then some storage bus. Okay, there we go. All right, so let us place down the fluid placer because we need to place down some water. And let's see, what the heck is this? Is it a block breaker? Okay, we'll put that right there. And then, put a storage bus right there. And then we're gonna put water. All right, put that right there. And already is inputted fluid where it doesn't belong. Okay, great. No, get rid of that too. All right, anything else in here that shouldn't be here? Okay, great. All right, let's make a space for that. Let's see, that's a space over there. So let's place that over here. This is where the water will go. So let's set the area. All right, there we go. Okay, advanced fluid placer. We'll put that on high. Then we're going to need some levers. Don't know if being next to each other will matter, but oh well, we'll find out. Okay, we'll go to our interface. Put water into here. Okay, and it should be receiving water. Okay, great. All right, let's flick the lever. And there it is. Great. There's a little water. Turn that one off. Now next, we're going to need a dropper. And we'll put that right there. And now let's get rid of these things first. Okay, storage bus. We need polymorphic catalyst. And again, in order to make one of these, you need blaze gold ingot and nether wart. Okay, we're going to drag that into storage bus, since we already have that in the AE2 network. Then we'll go to our interface, drag the same thing over here. Okay. Connect that, and it should be receiving stuff. Okay, great. No, don't drop it just yet. Don't drop it here. Okay, let's deal with the rendering. Okay, there we go. Right in the middle of the water. And then we're going to have to set the tick speed to be a little bit slower than the fluid placer, because we don't want it dropping more than one before it picks it up. So once the dropper drops the polymorphic catalyst into the water, it'll turn into polymorphic fluid. And then next, we can go ahead and have another dropper drop some time crystals into the polymorphic fluid. Now, I would imagine if you drop a time crystal inside water, it's probably not going to do anything, but we'll see what happens. What's that time crystal? Here it is. That time crystals, and you know, not there. No, we gotta set that in the storage bus. Let's see, time crystal. Here we go. Here's the time crystals. Okay, great. And then we're going to drag that one here. Okay. Then we're going to turn on the redstone there. And then we're going to have to set the rendering again. Turn this one off. Where the heck did you go? Oh. Okay, there we go. Of course, we're going to set the speed to 40. And we'll see what happens there. All right, connect this. And already I am out of channels. Way out of channels. Now, what the heck am I going to do about that? Could get rid of this. Like, what is this one? That's an import bus. Okay, then you put another import bus over here. But then I'll be adding another channel on here, so what's the point? Let's see, dropper fluid. Okay, let me drag out another interface. Okay, cyan cable. And then I'm going to need our interface. Okay. Then we'll place it down somewhere. Let's see, how many more machines do I need? All right, this one drops the time fluid, and then we're going to need a fluid collector in order to collect that up. So we'll put that over here somewhere. Okay, there we go. Hopefully this cable is not out of channels too. All right, there we go. All right, let's go ahead and place down our final machine, or it should be our final machine. And then we'll place storage bus there. And you know what? We probably don't need a storage bus on this thing. Yeah, no, we don't need one on that. Let's get rid of this. And then place down an import bus instead, because we want to collect this stuff. But before we do that, we'll just leave it in there for now. All right, so here's the interface. Let me go ahead and separate out these cables. Break it off from here. That's 6 channels. This is 3. Okay, we'll do that. No, wrong cable. Okay, and then this one is an import bus. Where the heck happened to all my import bus? Did it put it in here? Import bus, import bus. Eh, weird. This one I've taken it out. Oh, there they are. Alright, there we go. And then, we'll need some acceleration cards. Is that right there? Okay. Alright, this is offline, so that means I need to power this. Okay, going inside the interface. We're going to need to bring out everything else again. So we're going to need water, the catalyst, and the time crystals. Okay, water. The catalyst. Right there. And then, time crystal. Right there. Okay, great. Then we're going to need to import that into here, which is pitiful amount, really. And we got the polymorphic crystals going. This is what's left of the polymorphic crystals right now. And then we got water going. Okay, great. And then this one, we'll turn it up to high. I'm gonna put a lever on top. Okay, great. Hang on, let me reverse that. Alright, I think we're set to go. Alright, so this one's placing down the water. This one should be... Wait, this is on the on position. That one's off. Alright, let me just flip that around. Jeez. All right, there we go. All right, so this one's on. This one drops the catalyst. Let me turn my magnet off. Okay, great. I think we're set to go. All right, this is 40. This is 40 ticks. This one's 20. Okay, go. You're not collecting it. I forgot to set the filter. Okay, turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. Let's put that back in here. And put that back in here. Okay. Alright, so the 2 droppers did its job. Create the polymorphic fluid and the time fluid. And let me turn off the rain. And then the last machine, I need to do this. And then I need to set the time fluid to be allowed. But I can't just drag the block itself. I need to drag the time fluid bucket itself. And, did I power this? Okay, I powered it. Alright, let's try it again. And it's on, so why are you not picking it up? Time fluid bucket. Is this time fluid? Yeah, it's time fluid. What the heck? Why are you not picking it up? It's on high. You're on. And that's the allow list. What's wrong with this picture? That's the render, right? Oh, I forgot to set that one. Okay, let me turn that one off. Okay, let's see. Nope, the other way. And then, there we go. There it is. We got 1 bucket of time fluid. And you know what? We can take a little time one, place it right inside here, and look at that. It charged it up a little bit. Nice. All right, let's turn this back on. Nice. All right, turn it off again. All right, how many did we get? We got 5 buckets that time. We don't want to waste our precious time crystals right now because we kind of need whatever's left over there. So yeah, that's how we do it. That's how we do it. So again, we need the fluid placer to place down water, and then we're going to need the dropper in order to drop a little polymorphic catalyst inside the water to make polymorphic fluid. Doesn't matter which order, it'll still work. And we need to drop the time crystals in the polymorphic fluid or the water if it hasn't changed yet. But, you know, dropping it in the water doesn't really do anything. So, yeah, it just sits there and waits. So once that happens, once it creates time fluid, this little collector collects all the time fluid and places it inside its tank. And then you do whatever the heck you want with the time fluid. Leave it in there, pour it into a bigger tank, or pour it back to the 82 network, whatever the heck you want to do with it. So yeah, that's how we automate the time fluid right there. So let's go back. And then we'll check on things here. It should be at the end. Is it? It's still here. Okay. How many crystals do we get? Oh, look at that. We're up to 17. All right, great. So yeah, we got the swapping automated. Now, of course, you could scale this up if you want to. I mean, you can try like shoving more of these crystals in. You can enlarge the radius if you want to do that. But then again, you can only like sense one of these going and not all of that. So I guess you can do like the greater thing. Maybe that'll work. So yeah, you can definitely scale that up if you want to. But of course, I'm not going to keep it like this because it's terribly slow. Terribly slow. So what I'm going to do in the future, I'm going to make the time beast spawn egg. And in order to make one of these, you need the Celestigem B spawn egg. You need the Draconic spawn egg, Scope B, Eclipse Alloy B, a bucket of time fluid, 2 time crystal blocks in order to make one of the time B spawn egg. And of course, let's look up the time B. There we go. Can't breed these. Press U on that. You need a time crystal block for the flower. And going back to the beehive over here, it gets its time combs or a time comb block. And you put it through the centrifuge, it gets you time crystals and time fluid. Eh? Pretty good deal, huh? So put all your maximum upgrades inside the beehives, and you should get plenty of these. Plenty of these. So yeah, I'll be making that in the near future. I'll keep the setup for the time being. I mean, it's I already made the damn thing, so yeah, whatever. Extra crystals, I guess. All right, so there we go. There we go to the nether, just to make sure there's no funny business. And of course, all this dimension hopping is probably gonna take down my game. Alright, that's okay. Alright, fine. Alright, cool. Alright, let's go back. Alright, how's this going over here? Alright, cool. So, once that time crystal in the end breaks, I'm gonna teleport back to that platform over there, and I'll repeat the process. Alright, so, go back to the end. And there we go. That's the time wand, the time crystals, time fluids, and the automation for it. There we go. This could use more power. Jeez. No? Okay. Alright. Well, this has been another episode of All the Mods 10. I've been FumbleBlock, and I'll see you next time.